It won't be like any other fight that he's fought recently. And
The long-anticipated clash between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez has become the hottest topic in the boxing world, with both fighters igniting a fierce back-and-forth exchange that has fans salivating at the potential mega fight slated for late 2025. The buzz surrounding this dream matchup reached new heights when the two champions met face-to-face in Saudi Arabia to discuss the fight's logistics with Turkish promoter Alex Skik, who has been instrumental in pushing this showdown toward reality. Following their respective victories in the ring, Crawford and Canelo sat down for a mini press conference, speaking candidly about the bout and what it would mean for their legacies. Initially, the meeting maintained a respectful tone, with both fighters expressing mutual admiration and excitement about the prospect of facing one another. However, the atmosphere quickly turned tense when a reporter asked Canelo to predict the fight's outcome. Without directly naming Crawford, Canelo confidently stated that he would easily defeat the undefeated welterweight champion, dismissing him as easy money and suggesting he would end Crawford's career. The bluntness of the comment visibly angered Crawford, who wasted no time in firing back, calling Canelo a proud dog and vowing to bring him to his knees. The intensity of the exchange quickly escalated, and the impromptu press conference was abruptly cut short. Despite the heated verbal sparring, both fighters made it clear that their interest in the fight remains strong. Canelo reiterated his willingness to take on any challenge as long as the financials make sense, while Crawford expressed a strong desire to prove himself against one of boxing's most dominant champions, though he did express some concern regarding the purse and overall financial terms. The standoff between the two elite fighters has reignited discussions within the boxing community, with analysts and former champions weighing in on the highly anticipated matchup. Hall of Fame boxer Roy Jones Jr. has added his voice to the conversation, suggesting that both Crawford and David Benavidez present legitimate threats to Canelo's dominance. Jones praised Benavidez for his relentless output and pressure, a style that could potentially overwhelm Canelo. However, he also acknowledged that the Mexican fighter's power remains a dangerous equalizer. When speaking on Crawford's chances, Jones wasn't fully convinced. While he acknowledged Crawford's skill set and punching power, he expressed concern about the size disparity, stating that Canelo might simply be too big and strong for the naturally smaller Crawford. Jones, who famously competed across multiple weight classes during his own illustrious career, emphasized that moving up to fight at 175 pounds as Canelo has done before presents unique challenges. He advised that Canelo should focus on defending his super middleweight titles at 168 pounds instead of venturing into heavier divisions. Former two-division world champion Andre Ward also shared his thoughts on the potential Crawford-Canelo bout. Ward, who retired undefeated, expressed confidence in Crawford's ability to rise to the occasion. He highlighted Crawford's boxing IQ, mental toughness, and southpaw stance as key factors that could frustrate Canelo. "Skills win fights, not size," Ward said, dismissing the notion that Canelo's physical advantages would be enough to overcome Crawford's superior ring craft. According to Ward, Crawford's agility, footwork, and ability to make quick adjustments mid-fight would make it extremely difficult for Canelo to land clean shots, thereby neutralizing much of the Mexican's offensive arsenal. Shakur Stevenson, a rising star in boxing and a close friend of Crawford's, echoed Ward's sentiments. Stevenson, who often refers to Crawford as his big brother, believes that Crawford's intelligence, adaptability, and footwork make him a nightmare matchup for Canelo. He asserted that size is often overemphasized in boxing and that skill remains the ultimate equalizer. Stevenson also noted that Canelo's tendency to struggle against slick, mobile opponents could work in Crawford's favor, especially given Crawford's ability to fight from both orthodox and southpaw stances. Stevenson also expressed interest in seeing Crawford face off against Jermall Charlo, though he acknowledged that Charlo is already lined up for a fight with Canelo. Nevertheless, he maintained that Crawford's superior skills would give him the edge in either matchup. As the potential mega fight continues to take shape, excitement within the boxing world has reached a fever pitch. Terence Crawford, currently the unified welterweight champion, has not shied away from the idea of moving up multiple weight classes to face the undisputed super middleweight champion, Canelo Alvarez. For Crawford, this fight isn't just about titles, it's about legacy. A victory over Canelo would make him a world champion in a third weight class and solidify his place among boxing's all-time greats. Yet, the size difference remains a major talking point. While Canelo has comfortably established himself at 168 pounds, Crawford has only recently moved up to light middleweight and will face a considerable physical challenge in trying to compete at super middleweight. Boxing legend Mike Tyson has weighed in on the fight as well, offering a cautious outlook on Crawford's chances. Tyson emphasized the risks associated with the weight disparity, pointing out that Crawford's last opponent, Israel Madrimov, presented difficulties due to his awkward style and size. Tyson believes that while Crawford may have a slight height advantage over Canelo, the difference in strength and physicality could be a major hurdle. He noted that Canelo's power and ability to impose himself physically would be difficult for Crawford to withstand, especially in the later rounds of a grueling championship bout. Former world champion Demetrius Andrade also added to the discussion, raising concerns about whether Crawford can handle Canelo's pressure and power. While Andrade praised Crawford's technical prowess and ring IQ, he warned that Canelo's aggressive, pressure-heavy style could prove overwhelming. Canelo is a big bad wolf, Andrade remarked, suggesting that Crawford might struggle to absorb the Mexican champion's punishing body shots and constant forward momentum. Still, the consensus among many experts is that Crawford's speed, defensive acumen, and adaptability could make this a highly competitive fight, despite the odds stacked against him. Crawford, for his part, remains unfazed by the doubts and criticism. His drive to compete at the highest level and face the best fighters in the world has been a hallmark of his career. Becoming undisputed champion at both 140 and 147 pounds is a testament to his greatness, and he sees the challenge of fighting Canelo as the next logical step in his quest for boxing immortality. His unwavering confidence in his abilities and relentless work ethic suggest that he will be well prepared for the daunting task of taking on one of boxing's most powerful and experienced champions. Analysts expect the early rounds of the fight to be a tactical chess match, with Crawford using his speed, lateral movement, and counter-punching to frustrate Canelo and avoid heavy exchanges. Crawford's ability to control distance and dictate the pace could allow him to land clean shots and pile up points early on. However, Canelo's power will remain a constant threat. The Mexican fighter is known for his ability to wear down opponents with punishing body work and precise power shots. As the fight progresses into the middle and later rounds, Crawford will likely need to rely on his stamina, composure, and ability to adapt to Canelo's rhythm in order to maintain his advantage. Some experts have predicted that Crawford could edge out a narrow victory via split decision, with potential scorecards reading 115 to 113 in his favor. Such a close contest would reflect the evenly matched nature of the fight. Crawford's speed and ring generalship pitted against Canelo's strength, experience, and ferocity. If Crawford is able to withstand the physical demands of moving up in weight while maintaining his trademark sharpness, he could very well pull off one of the most remarkable upsets in boxing history. The fight is currently expected to take place at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, a venue perfectly suited to host a global spectacle of this magnitude. With its massive capacity and state-of-the-art facilities, the stadium offers an ideal setting for what could be the biggest boxing event of the decade. The proposed date aligns with Mexican Independence Day weekend in September 2025, a time frame that carries significant cultural and symbolic weight for Canelo and his fanbase. The timing also affords both fighters ample preparation time, particularly for Crawford, who will need to meticulously plan his move up from light middleweight to super middleweight. While Las Vegas remains the front-runner, there have also been whispers about the fight potentially landing in Saudi Arabia, given the involvement of the Saudi government and their recent investments in hosting major boxing events. The presence of Turkish promoter Alex Skik and the financial backing from Middle Eastern stakeholders have added a layer of legitimacy to the fight negotiations, indicating that the showdown may finally come to fruition after years of speculation. Of course, several logistical and financial details still need to be ironed out,